One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Hey, look, let's get right into it. To be a better community, what is it going to take for us to be a better community? It's going to take a lot of things for one, but we can just go over a few things right now. We don't have to go into everything, but we can just go over a few things to start with. First, we got to stop seeing each other as enemies. We got to stop seeing each other as enemies. That's number one, because everywhere we go, we look at each other in a negative light. Yet at the same time, we screaming Black Lives Matter. We talking about all the stuff that we talk about. We hear people always talking about unity. Let's unify. Let's come together. Let's do all these things. But in reality, man, we are not ready to unify. We got to stop that group mentality, that group thing. And listen, I understand why it is that way. I understand, but our thinking is off, man. You don't see it? Like our thinking is way off base with the way we think about things and the way we understand things. We have a bad understanding. And it's too many people among us who continue to misguide, continue to mislead. And it's not going to make for a better community, man. We can't keep doing the things that we've been doing that has not been working. None of this stuff has been working all these years as we've been trying to do it. It has not worked. Yeah, nobody see that by now. Like these things have not worked. We've been talking the same talk ever since the civil rights movement. Ever since we've been um, going through that right there, we've been talking this talk. It's been a game. A game has been ran on black people, man. I've been looking at this for a long enough time to understand that a game has been ran on black people. And the game is continue to be ran right now. And it's not white people running the game. It's a psyop that has happened. It's not white people, man. I mean, I'm being real. It's not white people. We can't see that, man. We keep blaming it on white people. It ain't white people. They're not the problem. Look who's doing all the talking. Look who's saying all the negative stuff. I mean, they might be saying, I see, let me say this. I have seen some posts where they saying stuff now, but they wasn't saying nothing at one time. They had been quiet, just taking it. Now they speaking up, now they saying something because it's got to the point now where they're just tired of seeing it. I mean, we go everywhere, we destroy it, man. And we don't like to talk about this. We don't like to be honest, but we destroy it wherever we go. We're not going there to build nothing. We're not going somewhere to make it better. We're going to destroy. Go look at our neighborhoods. Go look at our neighborhoods. Because somebody said it's poverty, that means we don't care about it. We'll throw trash. Go look in the hood. Why is it called the hood in the first place? Well, we know it came from the word neighborhood, but it's called impoverished. Go into any impoverished hood and watch what you see. Stuff everywhere. Nobody's taking care of it. Nobody cares about it. Go into a white neighborhood and see what you see. You see what I've seen white people go out to clean up areas that ain't even in their yard, picking up trash wherever they see it at if it's in their community. I've seen them cut grass in areas that ain't even theirs. I got a whole lawn care business. I got a lawn care company. I've had people pay to have the neighbor's yard next to them cut if they wasn't able to keep up with their yards. We ain't doing that. We gonna say, man, I ain't paying for that. I ain't doing that. They don't do nothing for me. I don't even know them. That's how we talk. They don't do that. They understand the importance of relationships, community, and building. What we don't we all we do is tear up stuff when we go somewhere. Something ain't going our way, we about to act a fool. And I'm sure everybody acts a fool at some point in time, but we do it way too much. Ain't nothing that I'm saying or have been saying that anybody can say that's not true. You might not like it, it might hurt your feelings, but you cannot tell me it ain't true. I understand it hurt your feelings. It hurt mine too, even to be honest. But I am not above. I don't let my feelings get in the way of truth. Truth is truth, man. You can't go against truth. Everything I'm saying, you go and see it. But every time you tell us something about some way to improve, the first thing we want to do is go, oh, well, white people do this. If white people jump off a building, is you gonna jump behind them? I believe some of you probably would, because just because they did it. We always want to bring them in to a conversation when it's supposed to be about fixing ourselves. But we justify our bad behavior by adding them into it. Stupid. Stupid behavior. I'm not saying people are stupid. I'm saying that behavior is stupid behavior. That's what I'm saying. I mean, how are we going to improve ourselves if we just continue to do the things we've been doing? We got to understand the importance of community and working together. We don't all have to think the same. That's one thing we got to stop. That's another thing. We got to start with this group mindset. Just because you think that way, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care what you think about. I don't care how you live your life. I mean, I do care how you live your life. But what I'm saying is, whatever you're thinking, you can think that. Just because I don't think that, that does not mean we can't come together and build something and make something work. Because we don't have the same ideologies or we don't have the same thought process. If the main goal is to build a community, then what you believe in ain't got nothing to do with building. A lot of people like Malcolm X. Malcolm X said the same thing. He don't care about your beliefs. What your personal beliefs are your personal beliefs. What you believe in is what you believe in. It ain't got nothing to do with what we doing to try to build. But we got too many things that separating us. Too many things that separating us. Forget about what your personal beliefs are. I mean, you can share it with me. If I don't agree with you, I don't have to agree, but let's get on with this work. I'm still going to have my personal beliefs, but let's get on with the work of what we're supposed to be doing here. And another thing, we need to be individuals. The group mindset has to go. We got to get to be individuals because there's too many people inside the group that are distorting the minds. Everybody should be a grown person and think for themselves, not this whole group thing. I've heard somebody say something like it's very detrimental, but they said I can't remember who said it. Well, actually, a lot of people said it by this point, but it was something like if one black person not free, no black person is free. Absolutely not. What you're trying to do is put every black person in the same boat. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't say, well, if all of us are not free, none of us are free. That's not true. Harriet Tubman did not think that way. Harriet Tubman freed slaves. If you was free, you was free. If you was a slave, you was a slave. She said she would have freed more people had they known they were slaves. So this whole idea about if one person not free, none of us are free, that's what that's doing is creating a group mindset. And it's going to destroy the whole, it's going to destroy everybody. Because what one person did, nobody, the other person should not be held accountable for somebody else's bad mistakes. If I made choices to do the right thing in my life, but this person made choices to do wrong, I should not have to suffer for the choices they made. I made good choices. So why am I held to the same standard as this person over here? We have to change this mindset. If one person changes their mindset, I'm good. I know it's not gonna reach everybody. I know most people go hear this video and get extremely upset because that's what we do. We love it. We just angry all the time at everything. We ain't never happy about nothing. Something don't go our way. Somebody racist. If somebody black do it, that means they're Uncle Tom. They're bootlicking and all this dumb stuff that we be talking about. But yet we at the bottom of the daggone totem pole for everything. How is that working out? We know all the history. We know all of what went on at this time. We know all of what was going on in the past. But we can't do nothing today to build anything substantial. What is wrong with that picture? You don't get it? We're not building anything substantial. All we're doing is just talking about something in the past. We living in the past. Every single day we wake up and it's 400 years ago. Every day for black people is 400 years ago. They ain't never in the present. How you gonna build anything if you ain't here? Your body's here, but your mind's somewhere else. Your body and your mind has to be in alignment together. Your body, your mind, your heart has to be in alignment. If that's not in alignment, you all over the place. Your body's here, Your mind is over here. Your heart is somewhere else. We in three different places at the same time. How you gonna accomplish anything if you're not in tune and in alignment? Then you tell somebody, hey man, we can solve this poverty issue overnight. All you gotta do is create a business. Somebody gonna say, well, they tore down Black Wall Street. That's a yo. Black people have a a problem for every solution. You give a black person a solution, they're gonna give you a problem. Black people can change their life overnight. Nobody has to be in poverty. And even if you are in what is so-called poverty, which poverty is just up here, it's not an actual place. It's a mindset. You have to renew your mind. Poverty is not a place, it's a mindset. If all them places are so-called poverty, if you went inside them places, cleaned it up, if all the black people living in them neighborhoods decide we're gonna clean this up and we're gonna make it look like something, it's no longer considered poverty. You bring the value, you bring the property value up instantly. Don't wait on somebody to come do something for you when you can do it for yourself. We used to be the type of people that did for ourselves. Now we not. We waiting on somebody else to give us a handout. We waiting on this reparations. We keep talking the same talk that we've been talking for 50, 60 years. Why are we still talking about this? If you want reparations, go out and start you a business. You will get reparations tenfold. Work with your hands. Build something from the ground up and be proud of it. You can have all the money you want. If your money is the issue, you can go out and create a business and you no longer have to work for money again. A person working, I'm not knocking working an hourly job. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But if it ain't enough for you, create you a business and stick with it. Sometimes you gotta stick with a business for a couple of years before you cross that hump. Get you some people that you can trust together and get down to it. Don't be looking to be the star of the business. Don't be looking to be the boss. And I need this name and I want to have a reputation of being the CEO. No, work together to get the money. That's what the Mexicans do. Man, I see them do. They get together, put up a roof, put a roof on the house in one day. From half the morning, they finish. I see them laying concrete in somebody's house down the street, laying a driveway. They working together. They don't care who the boss is. And even if they did have the one that was the boss, nobody, the people who working don't care. They don't know they getting their money. They know they're not gonna get more than the boss because he's taking the most risk, but they know they're gonna get paid. We worry about who the boss is. We can't do the work because we too worried. We want to be the boss. We want to do what the boss doing. Especially be black. That's the kind of stuff we be doing. Instead of say, hey, look, let's get to the paper. Let's get our families up out of poverty. Let's build this business, man. Let's go ahead and start this lawn care service. Hey, let's go ahead and start this used tire company. Hey, man, let's go ahead and start this HVAC. Let me go down to the tech, get my HVAC certificate. Let's start doing this HVAC, making $100 and some an hour. Let's go out here and create this mobile car washing service. Let's go ahead and rent this old building out right here and build a car wash. Let's go ahead and and go to plumbing school so we can learn how to start our own plumbing company. Let's go out here and do I gotta keep going on? But see, these jobs ain't got no fancy titles, but they pay six figures a year and more. Because when you start a business, there ain't no limitation on the amount of money you can make. As much service as you can complete, that's how much money you're gonna make. And now you're no longer getting paid by the hour. Then you're getting paid by your service. That's a big difference. Where you going out here making $30 an hour and you work all day. A person who running a business, but it took you, if you're working 8 hours a day, but let's say I'm gonna give you a high number like $30 an hour, which ain't nothing wrong with this. I'm just trying to show you something. You go work at 30, you work for $30 an hour, and you work 8 hours a day. That's $240 you'd have made in 8 hours. If you run a business, You can cut that in half. You make that $240 by lunchtime, or even before that. You can make that $240. If you start working at 8, by 11, you can make that 240 the same, and it's less work by doing two jobs. When I say two jobs, I mean like if you run a business, let's say you run an HVAC, you work on two HVACs, you'd have made $240. Where the other person on the clock got to follow all these rules, got to do whatever they tell them to do, and stay there all day, and they don't got no free time. I do two HVACs, I done made that same 240, and I'm back at the house by noon. Or whenever, if maybe I don't have both of them back to back, maybe the other job ain't till later on that evening. But I'm doing whatever I want to do all day. I'm on my time. I'm not on the company time. I'm not on the boss's time. I'm not. I'm not. I'm on my own time. I get up when I get ready to get up. Not meaning I can't be. Not meaning don't be diligent. Not meaning don't be, timely. Not mean don't set a schedule, but I can set my schedule according to how I set it. If I tell a customer, hey, I'll be there at 9 o'clock, then I just show up at 9 o'clock, do the job. If I tell another customer, hey, I'll be there at 3 because I got something to do between 9 and 3, I go take care of what I got to take care of, as long as I make sure I get to their house by 3 because it's my business. I'm not saying do no shady work like don't show up to the job on time. Don't do. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can be flexible with your schedule because it's your business. If you don't want to be at this customer house till 1, you tell them, hey, I won't be there till 1. Because you got other things you got to do until 1. So you go and handle your things with your family, whatever you're trying to do, or personal business appointments. You ain't got to ask nobody no questions. And you making good money at the same time. And you don't have to go clock in nowhere. These are the things that we don't think about. It's so easy to do. You can start a lawn care company. You go get you a used lawnmower. You can buy them off of Facebook Marketplace for like $50. You go get you a cheap weed eater just to get started. Yeah, you might have to sacrifice it first, get out there and push in the hot sun. But as you're making money, you saving it up. And then you go and buy you a riding lawnmower. And then you do that, keep doing that. Go rent you a trailer, rent to own, go rent you one. You go ahead and do that. You got your trailer, you got your lawnmower, you're making money. You might have to pay out because you're paying for your equipment. But once you get it, you gotta keep staying in the fight. Because once you pay it off, it's yours. And now you start making profit. You might not see no profit that first year. Because you're paying off, you're getting your equipment and you're paying it off. Then coming that second year, you in business. Now you making straight profit. But see, we ain't thinking like the long game. We want everything to happen right now. You owe me right now. We don't see that, man. By the time y'all gonna be dead before y'all get it. They're not kicking out no reparations. You can kiss that goodbye. You better get out here and make it for yourself. And stop looking at each other trying to get over. Figure out a way that you're gonna be able to work together and build. That's how we're gonna better this community, man. Not this stuff we're doing now. And another thing we gotta get. You want to cancel something? Cancel this negative rap music. People, it's not just music. It is not just music. It is not just music. It's not just music. It's influential. It's causing these kids to act a fool. We gotta cancel that stuff, man. Listen to what they're saying and it's programming into your mind. Your brain is like a computer. It absorbs information and it's programmed to act. Why do some kids act this way and why do some act that way? Programming, how their parents put in what they was put into them, what they saw, what they was around, what their environment is. That's why they get like that. And then you add the combination of the music. Then you got now you got 76, almost 80% of our babies being born outside of wedlock. The few that do get born are born outside of wedlock. No man in the house. That's gonna lead you to poverty. Because the type of jobs women take on, or the type of jobs that women are usually attracted to, don't pay you high salaries. The hard labor jobs is what men supposed to be doing, is what pays the money. But if you ain't married to the person you with, and you just the child's with the mother, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna end up in poverty, and it's unfair to the child. Stop sleeping around with people you ain't planning on marrying, and stop having babies before you get married. And then on the other hand, stop getting all these daggone abortions. If we did things the right way, abortion would not be in the daggone picture. But we ain't doing the right way. We ain't following the right way. We're doing what we want to do instead of the way we should be doing it. It shouldn't be no babies being born. It shouldn't be no sex being had until you're married. We need to go back to the old way because back then they wasn't having all these babies out of wedlock. They had all these broken families that we got today. You actually was with somebody. You actually stayed with them until death did you part. We turn our community apart. We're doing things out of order, and then getting mad when people say what we should be doing to fix it. What kind of sense does it make for people telling you what's wrong, and yet you still you still don't listen? You still find a way to get mad at that person, be angry at that person. What kind of sense that make? Somebody telling you the right way to better your life, and you find a way to go to counter against what they're saying. That's dumb. We're never gonna better the community with that type of mindset. It's never gonna happen. Hopefully, whoever watched this video is still here right now. Hopefully, it can change your life. And I hope you share it with somebody or at least tell somebody this information. It's pitiful. Hey man, y'all take care of yourself out there.